Genius, get onto my show. I don't know. You just seem so grounded. Do you have some kind of routine that you go through every day? I mean, you have such a sense of this expansive quality of what it means to be human, and how your art fits into that, and how we all commune under those circumstances. And you're very eloquent about it. It's something that you obviously have thought about a lot. Do you start your day that way? Do you ever just have shit days where you just want to kick the cat?
Oh, here's what a shit day is for me. A shit day is where the first thing you pick up, you drop. And to me, what that really means is you're tired. You need more sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, yes, I do have some routines, although by nature, for most of my life, I've been against routines. And my long-term wonderful partner, who we've just had a very good amicable separation with, was a routine person. Ryan Harrison, who I mentioned before.
And did you learn that from him?
Well, you know what?
Or did you just come to appreciate it?
I think in some ways I needed to remain the wild card because he was routinized. However, I was coming back from a music retreat around the time when I was talking about my either or both and crisis. Actually, around the time I was reconciling that paradox and coming on the side of both and, I was driving back down the 5 somewhere in Northern California, and I had this little epiphany of, you know what I need? I need like a schedule. And so I said, maybe I'll do it like the monks. Like maybe I'll investigate the Benedictine schedule, or
sure.
I'm not even sure
Set
if
it all the tunes.
I have it right. So
every hour you'll have it.
Do the hours.
Sure.
So I came home and I investigated it, and I like to work at 11 by 17 paper, and I don't use staff paper. I use just big paper because I don't feel like it. I need space. I want it to.
Do you write your own staves, or what?
No, I don't use staves. I just use the note names, and then I kind of make them go up and down following the contour of the melody. Then I fill in all the chords underneath. And then I put bar lines in, and I feel like I'm much more free because I hate to scrunch up my hand to make note heads.
Really?
It just hurts. It's uncomfortable.
You don't use staff paper for composition?
No.
Like Libby Larson.
I use A, B flat, C.
Really?
And then I write in the rest of the chord underneath it, and then.
That's fascinating.
I feel much more free doing that.
Do you do that sitting at the piano, or you do it?
Yeah. And I had a wonderful woodworking guy from my church, an older fellow, make me this kind of large drafter's table that fits this size tape. He painted it black for me, and it sits on my piano.
Wow.
But anyway, I was at the table with one of these big sheets of paper trying to mark out what my new schedule, because I'm a big one for systems. Like I'll turn over a new leaf and keep it for 2 weeks.
Yeah. And
then I need a new leaf. But anyway, Ryan happened to walk by when I was working this thing out. I said, well, I think I'm going to have my opening section be 8 a.m. to 10, and then I'll take a 12-minute break till 10:12. He walked by and said, you're crazy.
Yeah, right.
He says, furthermore, I know you. What are you thinking? No, he said, he looked at what I had listed as some of the things I wanted. I wanted to start off my day doing things that I cared about that were refreshing to me, which was a little gardening. I'm a bird person, so I like to feed birds. I like to have little things. Also, my dog, I have a little dog who her greatest joy in life is chasing squirrels and going with me on the bird rounds while I fill up the feeder and watching out the front window as I'm doing a front feeder. That's her greatest joy in life. So I kind of don't want to not give that to her, but also it's good for me to get me going.
Yeah.
He said, it sounds like the things you want to do for that first period are just Hobbit-esque. He said, why don't you just call that Hobbit time? And then why don't you call another time elf time?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, Middle Earth schedule.
Yeah.
So that was like the great epiphany, because I'm also a J.R.R. Tolkien crazy man.
Yeah.
And I've read like all of the obscure things that no one else has read. I've read like multiple times.
Yeah. So it really resonated, huh?
So I do have a rhythm when my schedule is sufficiently clear that I don't have to. So I start off with Hobbit time every day.
Yeah.
And if you knew I have this, I'm an oatmeal person. I think there's a certain kind of people called oatmeal people.
Okay.
I belong to that tribe. But then when I have time in my schedule, then after that I have elf time. And elf time is what I call elevate time, where I get to do it for what I care about.
And you do this every day?
Well, I try to when I'm not too busy. Sometimes I have to double dwarf or triple dwarf, and you'll see what that is in just a second.
Yeah.